Subscribe or bear the hatred of the Uchiha. Wake up to reality.
Well, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy Sho back with another video, and today, man, is anime games just cooked? Is this done? Like we should be done with it. Honestly, I played Jujutsu Kaisen, Curse Clash, and I'm just kind of starting to think about giving up on anime games. I think the last bastion of hope is the new Tenkaichi 4 that's supposed to be coming out. You know what I'm saying? People really hope that that's done right and that's going to be a good game. You know, I think it's like the last hope at this point, because I think anything besides like Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, or One Piece just doesn't get a lot of good games. And when I say that, I specifically talking about Dragon Ball Z. They have a lot of games that come out over the years, and a lot of them end up being really, really good and really fun. I think others were disappointing at times. Like, I feel like Shinobi Strikers could have been a lot more. It's still supported to this day, and it's still getting content to this day. I think they just released the DLC or a trailer for a DLC for Young Gaara. That's insane, bro. I didn't want to mention it in this own video. I didn't want to make my own video about it. I just wanted to talk about it here. That's kind of crazy. Like, that's a trash DLC in my opinion, but I mean, I don't play the game, so I can't judge people who do. The same with Xenoverse, man. I told in a video that we should wrap it up. Like, it should be done. Let's start working on Xenoverse 3, because I do think even with Tenkaichi 4 coming out, it's like we still need a Xenoverse 3 to provide us with the things that Xenoverse 3 would give us. You know, I always said they should dive into more Heroes content. Now, the reason I said anime gaming might be just dead in general, because I mean, look at the last big anime games that came out. We had Naruto Storm Connections, and to be honest about that game in itself is a good game, but only because Storm 4 is a good game. That game is generally a copy and paste with a new tacked on add-on DLC story. I think everything that's going on in the manga for Boruto right now is absolutely fire. It's insane, but there just wasn't enough material to really bring us a game with that much material. Now, granted, they could have did the whole entire Boruto, the young Boruto saga in the game, and that could have worked. But Boruto itself has so many low moments, like with all the filler and stuff, only to get to the hype moments. So, I mean, I don't know what the decision behind that was, but we had a whole tacked on story for Connections, and it was just copy and paste. They did changes to it, but it was just copy and paste. Now, on the other end of that spectrum, you know what I'm saying, like, we have Curse Clash. Curse Clash is another fighting game. Just came out. I was talking about it at the beginning. And I think it's a decent game in terms of, like, if this came out years ago, like when I was that age of playing like the PS2 and I would going around friends' house and stuff, you know, I would do all of that. I would actually play this game for sure. You know, that was back when you could take your copy of the game. You can still do that now if you got the right systems, and just kind of go to your friend's house and play them against and stuff, you know. And that in itself, to me, is the most fun I've had with a fighting game. I've played Mortal Kombat. I've played pretty much all three, really. I have Tekken right now. I play Mortal Kombat, play a lot of Street Fighter. The most fun moments of playing these anime games against your friends and or family. And I gotta say, these new ones they're not impressive. Like, I don't like none of the combat on them. It definitely feels like a different type of fighter though. You know, like, to me, My Hero One's Justice, which is another fighting game series, was also different in the sense that it just felt too floaty. Like, the combat to me just felt really, really weak. Storm definitely has its own problems, but I just felt like it's just the best interpretation of a actual anime fighting game. Demon Slayer was also good too. They were made by the same company as the people that made Storm. That game was pretty good, pretty solid. I think they should have continued it, or they should continue. I think it was a really good game. I think it just kind of fell off. The hype fell off, you know, as the anime started to cool off. You know what I'm saying? The hype for the game just really didn't translate, to me at least. Then you go back to adventure games like Kakarot. Now, Kakarot is a game that I feel like I say this a lot. I say this in a lot of my anime videos, and just any video that deals with anime and talking about gaming. I think every franchise to have a Kakarot style game. Maybe one that's not necessarily multiplayer. Like, stop making the freaking arena battles, the battle royales, stop making each other fight. I'm so tired of these games in which you pit two characters against each other and just fight. I want to see like some adventurous type stuff. I really like what One Piece did with One Piece Odyssey. I really did. I thought it was a good game. Maybe not the best and the most exciting for a One Piece journey, but it was definitely a decent game in its own right. And I'm not saying this to kind of like talk bad about Jujutsu Kaisen. I think the anime is fire. I think the manga is amazing right now. It's on heat. But I just feel like gaming in general right now has just turned into such a cash and money stunt. Like, yes, Jujutsu Kaisen is popping right now. Like the anime, everything is popping right now with the anime, the manga. It's literally over all popular anime culture. You know what I'm saying? Some of my biggest videos on this channel is stuff that I did on JJK. So you decided to bring out a game for that, you know, obviously you need a game to work on it. But I just feel like people are making it, and I don't want to be bad about to the developers, to be honest, because they work hard on the game. I just think that these particular games don't really have any more passion. You know, it's weird. It's a weird thing to say, but when I used to play games back in the day, and I don't want to keep going into a realm of this is the best type of gaming. Like, you know, it's the same situation with the music. Like everything was better back then. I mean, they had their own design flaws. Gaming was simpler then, so it was, you know, easier to please. But you'll give me this game, and the thought of DLC is starting to really make me sick. The DLC and microtransactions, because as I got older, I started to realize that we didn't have those type of things back in the older games, and they really make me sick in these new anime games, because things that I would work for, like outfits or powers, the modes and stuff that I would work to unlock on older games, that would add time to me actually playing it. Like, that's stuff that I can just buy now, and I'm just not feeling it. You know, I've never really been a fan of microtransactions. I think a while back I was like, okay, I don't really mind them, but I start to see like games that come out have day one microtransactions for like unlocks and level unlocks and stuff. Like, to me personally, in a single player game, I don't care. I don't want to turn this into a microtransactions video, but I specifically talk about this in anime games. Like, I don't really care about buying DLC after the game's published, after this new stuff and anime content has been released. Like, Dragon Ball Z comes out with their new Xenoverse DLCs, and it's characters from like the new movies and stuff. That's cool with me. I like that. I'm specifically talking about like if Tenkaichi 4 came out and they didn't have like Super Broly. You know, they do. It was confirmed, I think, in the earlier trailer. But if they didn't give us Super Broly because they wanted to tack on the DLC, like, this character's already been out, man. And it's like, it's been such bad practices with stuff like that. It's ruined the games for me. Like, Curse Clash is his own little wacky DLC pack, man. Stuff like that. Those outfits and stuff would have been earnable in the game back in the day. The game feels to me like Zash Bell. I said this before. I think anime gaming is just going downhill, and I don't see it recovering anytime soon. I'm waiting for Tenkaichi 4 to see if it's going to recover, if it's going to be any better. Hopefully we can get something that at least reminds us of what gaming could have been or should have been. You know, I like a lot of those older games, so maybe we'll get back to that format. The games look old. Like, the graphics don't look crazy nowadays. Not really. They look old. They play like an old fighting game system, but yet, you know, when it comes to the financial aspect of things, they always want more money. So with that being said, guys, hopefully we can get past the cash grabs, get past the scams, and just actually get some good anime gaming content. I'm ready for it. I'm looking forward to it. I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Supposed to be having like a VR thing. That'll be absolutely amazing. Maybe I'll touch that in another video. With that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video.
やれやれだぜ。